Work is success. Rightly said by Henry Ford. This meeting is perfect example of that progress. By joining forces today, we aren't just sharing a room, we are merging our efforts to amplify growth and reach new heights in communication. With that said, let me now introduce you the mission of the club. The mission of the club is to provide supportive and positive learning experience where members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Before we dive into today's session, let's quickly go over a few ground rules to ensure smooth and most engaging meeting. Kindly put your phone into do not disturb or silent mode to avoid any interruption during the meeting. Second, please keep yourself on mute if not speaking. Kindly refrain from discussing about sex, religion, and politics. We encourage you to turn on the video to make the session more interactive and have a lively experience. Now let's get ready to learn, grow, and have a fantastic session together as I hand over the stage to our presiding officer, Toastmaster Bhavna. Our presiding officer for today, Bhavna, is someone who builds tech by day and she finds her solace in nature along with looking around for the beauty of language. She is a true connector who loves meeting new people, an amateur sports player, and emerging fitness enthusiast. Interestingly, if you're looking to engage your kids without electronic gadgets, she is the person you should head towards for the flurry of creative ideas. I'll now hand over the stage to our presiding officer, Bhavna. Over to you.
Thank you, Shamaswin, for that wonderful introduction. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. How are you all doing? It's so cheerful, delightful, and happy to see a full house of attendees today. So quickly, let us bring our meeting to order. Today, we have two clubs joining as Linkers Meet. One is VMware Club VTalk. The other is the club from Oracle, IBC Titans. So quickly, let us bring the meeting to order. 495 for VTalk and 670 for IBC Titans. Okay. So even before we thought about this Linkers Meet, our division director, Gajalakshmi, even before she called out, there was a hefty and heavy ambivalent feeling in every president of corporate because of the ongoing, so many uncertainties. How are we going to run the meeting with so lean members attending the meeting? But today, there is a lot of people attending. How are you all feeling about the meeting today? Come on, unmute and express yourself.
Very good. In fact, after so long seeing so many people in
Yes.
the meeting, that's good.
Yes, thank you, thank you. So that is a testament of tough times doesn't last, but tough people do. Everyone tap yourself for being the tough people navigating through the hardest times ever. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our Linkers Meet joining together. Do we have any guests joining? Any Toastmasters to be? Okay, all are Toastmasters, so all are part of IBC and VTalk. So that is glad to know. I had an idea that someone would be joining. Shama, is he joining?
I have pinged, not sure. I've just pinged him.
Maybe the guest will join in a minute. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the presiding address that I want to talk about today is something very close to my heart. I wanted to make it a few days back, but got carried away. I think God had great plans that this powerful message has to happen in front of so many people. So quickly, let us recall what happened on March 8, 2026. Do you remember what happened? That was a great moment for India. Any cricket lovers?
World Cup victory.
Yes, you're right. World Cup victory. And who was the player of the tournament? Award-winning player.
Sanju Samson.
Sanju Samson, you're right. We all knew that Sanju was not in the batting list, but he ended up opening up the game. And more importantly, he also led our India over the line. What happened in the middle? The magic was casted by the conversation between Sanju and the legend of the cricket, the master blaster. Do you think Sachin talks to every player, every international player?
Maybe
No.
people reach
What
out to
happened?
him. So
Yes. Yeah, Sachin doesn't talk to everyone, but Sanju reached out to him, and that's the magic. So the key point here is he reached out. How many of us reach out for help when we are in trouble? We think that's it, that's the end of the game, no more life, no more hope. We tend to give up. Only less we think of standing up, asking for help. But only when we reach out, we we are able to know that there is a life ahead, there is a life chance, there is a tunnel. I mean, there is a light at the end of the tunnel only when we reach out, right? So the thing also happens only when we reach out to the right person. So now the next question: how to find out the right person? The person who can speak honestly, who can speak politely, gently point out the flaws in us, and nurture us towards the best version of ourselves. The person, any ideas how to find that person? One of the proven right answers is the person would be a Toastmaster. Yes. Maybe the Toastmasters a textbook a description would be about leadership skills, communication, and public speaking. But the real essence lies in the grit, the determination, and the resilience that every one of them carry when they are regular to the meeting. Yes, these values get imbibed in them, and they happen to help everyone, gently pointing out active listening, empathetic listening, leadership empathy. Everything comes in when we are regular to the meeting. So, my dear fellow Toastmasters, let's be very happy to be one among in this legendary Toastmasters, which has crossed 100 years and spread over more than 140 countries with more than 16,000 clubs across the world. Be happy for that. And let's be energetic to take roles, to play, to drive the meetings forward. And let us also reach out for help towards the right person. Keep pushing your boundaries and let's grow and grow. Today, to grow further, to understand how to explore the roles and how they are changing us, we have a person who has a very stoic mindset. He hails from Chennai. He's more than 13 years old at Oracle. He's none other than our fellow Toastmaster, the president of Oracle Titans, Toastmaster Arvind Raj. I welcome Toastmaster Arvind Raj to take over the dais to help us navigate through the meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster Arvind Raj.
Thank you so much, Presiding Officer Toastmaster Bona. What a speech! It's a great learning for me as well. Actually, I have been served as a presiding officer and become president for quite some time, but it's a great learning. Let's give a big round of applause to the presiding officer Bhavana for a wonderful speech, as well as Surgeon Adam Shama for a nice introduction. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Yes, it's truly really am excited. After a very long time, we have almost 10 plus members meeting on Friday evening. For IBC Titans, this is still like returning to its past glory, because long back, maybe around 1 year, 2 years back, we used to meet the Friday evening. It was kind of completing whether we are completing the week our work or not. Friday, let's catch up and with all the Toastmasters and involved. So this is a great opportunity. Thank you so much to VTalk, Toastmaster Club, Bhavana, and all the team. Yes, being reached out is one of the what I would say is not a well-known things. Recently, I have bit of reading one article where it compared how the person one who is very static and another person who is very dynamic and moving towards a different place and talking with a different person, what would be the outcome of both. And then in sharing this article, they have shared it's a kind of research. What they have mentioned is if you keep your surface area more, you connect with more people, if you like basically move from wherever you are staying instead of stuck in one place, then your probability of success or carrying on anything, like moving on from whatever adversities happen in your life, that is a greater one. So with that note, I would like to start with the theme, which is power, people, and human behavior. Okay, so I would like to be interactive. Otherwise, don't want be this is a more because this a lot of learning for me, and this thing. So there is a background to the story, which is there is research happened like almost 50 years back, and then the recent thing also happened. So I just want to try connecting both the dots. That is the one. So to start with, I want to get a few volunteers and share their knowledge. So what I want to know from you folks is, in your day-to-day life, uh, how many roles you are taking from morning to night? To say example, for me, morning, as soon as getting up, it is our parent role, and then taking care of kids, sending them to school, and then going to the office, there meeting the colleague, everything. In between, trying to connect with some friends, maybe in the afternoon time or evening time. So parent role, office role. In office also, it will be a dual role with a manager, one kind of power dynamic, and with the colleague, one kind of power dynamic, and then friends, and then we will connect with our parents, of course. So they are also one dynamic, and then ending with our family. So I want to know from some volunteer. Yeah, to start with, I want to hear from Malikarjun.
Yeah, it's more or less same roles we play every day. But these days, I am trying to join multiple Toastmaster meetings, especially impromptu. So in that, I'm seeing different people and I'm trying to explore things. So that is placing me in different thinking and behaving differently. So that's what I see little bit different from the what we do as a parent, as a kid, as a just employee. So, but yeah, from the last 2 weeks, that's my experience.
Thank you so much, Malikarjun. Rightly said. I rightly said we always take a different role with a different dynamic. So I want to hear more from one more volunteer as well. Yeah, hi Siddharth Jaishwal. I remember you. We met last time. I will bit add a bit more info. Consider the same role for you also. Definitely, it will be a morning from morning getting up to night going to the bed. You will be taking a different role. How do you behave basically to each and every person whom you are interacting with, like with your kids, your spouse, family, office friends, your friends?
If I understand the question correctly, you want to know how do I behave? That's what you're asking.
Yes, yes, Siddharth.
See, the crux of the behavior which I have observed, and Toastmaster has helped me a lot in doing this. Okay, um, I just try to explore whatever the things which are coming from different person, be my kid, my spouse, my manager, my colleague, rather than be reactive. I try to be a little bit thoughtful in every interaction, and uh, yeah, that's the basics which I try to follow more after joining Toastmaster. Earlier, I used to be a little bit impulsive. Uh, Nowadays, I think I have been more thoughtful.
Sure. Thank you so much. So that, yeah, a lot of things, the impulsive, the whole dynamic itself becoming more dynamic. It is not a kind of a static thing. Definitely. We will talk more probably after our next team mod one. So let's get started with the main agenda of the Toastmaster meeting. So generally, the Toastmaster meeting consists of three parts: prepared speech, table topics, and then evaluation session. And for today's session, we have a great evaluator who has come for our linkers meet, and he from other club. So he's a quick intro about the the general evaluator. She's from Leaders Speak Toastmaster Club, and her passion is a leadership trainer, it's a clarity coach, and she explores life through impactful books. So, with a big round of applause, let's invite the general evaluator for today, Shweta Priyadashni, to take over the stage and take the meeting. Over to you, Shweta.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Arvind Raj, and good afternoon, everyone here. It has been pleasure watching this meeting since the beginning. As your general evaluator for today, my role is to observe the meeting as a whole, how well we plan, perform, and progress together. I'll be looking at everything from the quality of evaluations to time management and overall meeting effectiveness. And at the end, I'll share insights to help us grow stronger as communicators and leaders. And for this, I have a team which will be helping me to take this evaluation. So let me call my tag team. I'll call upon this stage timer Toastmaster Ram Prasad to explain his role.
Greetings, Miss General Elevator, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Today, I'm taking the role of a timer. As a timer, I'll be basically timing all the speeches, evaluation, table topic sessions, and I'll be changing my background with different cues to basically alert the speaker on where he is with respect to the timing allotted. So for prepared speeches, the time allotted is 5 to 7 minutes. At the end of 5 minutes, I'd be changing. So I would be changing my background to green queue. At 6 minutes, I'll change my background to yellow card, and at the 7th minute, I'll be alerting you with a red background. For table topics, the allotted time is 2 minutes. After 1 minute, I'll be changing the color to green. At 1 minute, 30 seconds past, I'll change my background to yellow. At 2 minutes, I'll be raising the red color cube. The evaluation section can last for 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I'll be changing the background to green. At 2 minutes, 30 seconds, I'll change my background to yellow. At the end of third 3 minutes, I'll be changing my background to red. So I'll keep a track of the timing and I'll share the report towards the end of the meeting. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ram Prasad, for explaining the role. Now I'll call upon our counter, Toastmaster Ritvik, to explain the role.
Hello, everyone. As the R counter for today, my role is to track the filler words that reduce the speech clarity. So these include so, like, you know, and many other repeated words. Such filler words are natural, but minimizing them help us sound more confident and professional. So throughout the meeting, I'll be making note of the usage of these filler words by each speaker. And at the end, I'll present my report. Thank you. Over to you, Shweta.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ritvik, for explaining the R counter role. Now I'll call upon our grammarian, Toastmaster Megha, to explain the role.
Good evening, dear Toastmasters and guests. As grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all the speakers, listen carefully to their language usage. I will take a note of any misuses of English language as well as any outstanding words, quotes, sayings, or thoughts. As a grammarian, it is my duty to introduce you to the word of the day, ambivalent. Ambivalent means having mixed, opposing, or uncertain feelings about someone or something. Example usage would be, she felt ambivalent about the job offer, excited by the higher salary, but sad to leave her current team. The next is phrase of the day. Phrase of the day is clear the air. An example usage would be, the government's attitude on the issue has remained ambivalent for some time, so today's statement should clear the air considerably. Happy usage of the words for today. Over to you, General Evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you, Master Megha, for explaining the role, and a huge applause for the tag team to explaining their role. We'll come back at the end of the meeting to explain, to share the report with you all. Over to a Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Arvind Raj.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator Shweta, and all the tag road takers. Okay. Thank you, Scott. So, hope all of you are exciting about the first part of the question, which is prepared speech. And for today's prepared speech, it's a special one. Definitely a great speech, and it's kind of a great milestone for a Toastmaster, or for all of a Toastmaster like us. And for his quick intro about the speaker. Just a second. Yeah. Toastmaster. This Toastmaster is working at Oracle for more than 5 years, and her favorite way to break the boredom is puzzle and listening to the music. She's awarded the President Distinguished Area Director of our District 121 for her exemplary performance as an area director. And currently also she is serving as a Division Director of our District 121 and sharing the for today's prepared speech. Gajalakshmi, redefining value, members to leaders. Redefining value, members.
Toastmaster Arvind, before I get started, can we invite the evaluator to read out the speech objectives, please?
Sorry.
Toastmaster Siddharth.
Yeah, so
sorry, Mike.
thanks. No problem. Thank you, Toastmaster Arvind and Toastmaster Gajalakshmi. So Toastmaster Gajalakshmi's project is the purpose statement for her today's speech is for her to demonstrate the skills as a leader and a public speaker. The purpose of this first speech is for the member to introduce the plan and vision. So she is attempting Distinguished Toastmaster first speech today. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Toastmaster Arvind.
Thank you, Elevator Siddharth. Sorry for this. Toastmaster Gajalakshmi, redefining value, members to leaders. Redefining value, members to leaders, Gajalakshmi.
Strive not to be a success, but rather to be of value, says Albert Einstein. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guest. What does value in Toastmaster mean to you? I would like to hear your thoughts. Anyone? Value in Toastmasters.
The confidence we gain.
Confidence. Never mind. After this meeting, I would like to think about this value add system in Toastmasters and why are you here meeting week on week. But today, I stand before you to share a vision of redefining value from members to leaders. Exactly 1 year ago, when I decided to step into the role of division director and begin my Distinguished Toastmaster project around the same time, there was one thing clear in my mind. I just did not want to merely complete a role or any random project. I wanted to create a value for this organization and its members. That's why I thoughtfully crafted a vision to build a division where every member grows, every club thrives, and every leader feels empowered. And it was time to act upon my vision. Because without action, there is no value at all. So I quickly started planning on my DTM project. And that's when I realized I could not do this all alone. So I started looking out for right team members. I was fortunate to have a team of 5 members, each aligned this vision. Distinguished Toastmaster John Bosco Abraham as Division E Excellence Chair.
Toastmaster Jayati, Division E Public Relation Architect. Toastmaster Arvind, Division E Moderator Chair. Toastmaster Kavita, Division E Mentorship Chair. And the fifth, the most important one, I will reveal in my second speech. The three actions which I had for my distinguished Toastmaster speech is membership growth, stronger mentorship, and enabling leaders to charter more new clubs. Membership growth. We will connect with every member to know their needs, their challenges, and how we can support in their Toastmaster journey. Using this feedback, we will design a structured plan, how we can equip the members with the appropriate right knowledge through educational sessions, creating opportunity to expand their skills. And the final is how we can have a great, meaningful support offered to the club members. Second, building strong mentorship. Using the feedback which we receive from the club members, we will thoughtfully assign the mentors and mentees. In our Toastmaster fraternity, we have new members just joined the club 1 year or just few days old. We have seasoned Toastmasters in every Toastmaster club. But how do we connect them to build a strong mentorship program which aligns and is a win-win situation for both of us? First, assigning the mentors to the mentees, mentees to the mentor. So this was a program which will start doing it to ensure that we value the mentorship program in Toastmasters. Third, enabling leaders to charter more clubs. Any leaders in the room, area directors and above, or being part of any area director team? One of the major responsibility, I must say, everyone need to be aware of this, is chartering a new club. We all know clubs have been chartered, but how to sustain those clubs is a challenge. But starting a club itself is a tedious process. So how I can help the club leaders to ensure that we have more clubs, more people joining a Toastmaster fraternity? First is, how do I automate the identifying the club leads? Club leads are, if I'm going to start a community club in a community driven area, gated community, go talk to the association. If it is a corporate club, go talk to the human resource HR to create that awareness about Toastmasters. Then finally, we start the discussion of demonstration meetings, conducting pre-charter meetings and charter the club. So what my plan is, I would create an automated system of the club lead identification. So I will be using my fifth, the magic, the unknown member of my team to support me in this journey. Through my DTM project, through these three actions, which goes beyond the initiatives, here I am continuously working to redefine value from members to leaders. As Albert Einstein said, strive not to be success, but rather to be of value. I stand before you as a division director, ensuring that we create that value system to each of our members in our division to ensure that they stay, grow, and inspire our Toastmasters. So are you all ready to redefine value for each one of us? Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Toastmaster Arvind.
Toastmaster Arvind is
Think
dropped.
he has dropped out.
Yeah.
He's not here.
Okay, in the meantime, I would request we will begin with a topic segment. So can we have the topic master to begin the table topic segment until the president of IBC Titans joins back the meeting?
Yes, Gajalakshmi, we can start. Good evening, dear Toastmasters and guests. Welcome to the table topics. It is one of the best ways to practice impromptu speaking. We never know when we may be asked with a tough question, either by a supervisor, a newsreader, or at a job interview. It is to our benefit to practice impromptu speaking and to be in control of the situation, even if we do not know the answer. The more we practice, the better we will get. So who is ready to go for the first table topic today? Any volunteers? Shama, would you like to go for a table topic?
Sure.
Your topic is, have you ever been given a role that changed how you behaved? Have you ever been given a role that changed how you behaved?
Hello, everyone. Once again, my topic is, have you ever been in a role which made me change? If I remember the days when I was in college, I used to be very quiet personality. But when I came to a corporate life and landed into a situation where the only way out was to speak, it is here when it was very difficult to come out of those shell and speak out. Eventually, it took me a year to understand you need to open your mouth to speak, not just nod your head to say yes, nod your head to say no. That's when I started to speak small words. Not only that scenario, even interaction is one of the major segment we usually focus when we are in a shell. We don't interact with anyone. But once you are working professional, you have to interact with everyone to get hold of the understanding the other person has, to get hold what you are lacking about the other person's understanding. So that's what I changed in my overall years these times. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Megha.
Thank you, Shama. Wonderfully explained how coming into the corporate world changed and made you this person today. Anyone willing to take the next topic?
I'll take
Is it
Siddharth.
Siddharth?
Yep.
Your topic is, if you suddenly became a leader of a team tomorrow, what would you do first? If you suddenly became a leader of a team tomorrow, what would you do first?
I remember the day clearly. The date was 25th January 2013. My newborn daughter was given to my hand. And yes, a new team member had arrived. I never knew it happened. And I suddenly I become a leader of a team which had this newest member in my hand. After a few years, I was blessed with a son. And now we are a 4-member team. Fortunately, I lead them with my wife, but I still don't know what to do. One thing which I know for sure is that every member in that team is as important as a leader myself. So the more I try to learn from those members, the better I perform in my leadership journey, which is to lead my family with aplomb. I keep watching, observing my kids, how they behave in certain situations, what they try to tell me. Sometimes they are not very much vocal, sometimes they go silent. I am trying to understand their silence as well. Sometimes my wife, she may not be happy with me, but she displayed that unhappiness in a different way. I'm trying to be observant there as well. I'm trying to be observant of my own behavior towards all the team members so that I can make amends wherever is required. Frankly, I'm still learning. I don't know what to do. But one thing I know for sure, I can learn daily, take care of my team with the utmost care, and give them a proper environment to thrive. That's the only learning I would do if I become a team leader suddenly tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Siddharth. Yes, definitely parenting is very different these days, and a lot of things we need to learn and unlearn. Thank you for that take. Anyone would volunteer next? Anyone like to volunteer for next?
I'll go, Mega.
Thanks, Mallikarjun. Your topic is how does responsibility change a person's behavior? How does responsibility change a person's behavior?
Everybody is responsible for uh, something in their life. We are responsible for everything. So the the notion of responsibility gives freedom to act upon it. So I always responsible for my family, my the actions which I do. If we take the responsibility, if we feel responsible for everything, then we can act upon it, and we have the freedom to do whatever we want. Without taking the responsibility, we will get away from it. So in any situation, most of the times we throw the responsibility on others instead of taking responsibility. So if anything bad happens or something, so we try to uh, keep others are responsible. Uh, that way, we will we think it's not, we will be free from that. But taking responsibility will help you uh, to act upon it. That's Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mallikarjun. You clearly explained what responsibility is, like owning up to the good things that happens in our life as well as the bad things and things which are not in our control as well. Thank you. Do we have time for the other table topics, or should we close the table topic session? Toastmaster of the day.
One more probably.
Okay. Anyone, any volunteers for the next topic?
I'll take Mega.
Thanks, Ritvik. Toastmaster Ritvik, your topic is talk about a time when you had to act differently because of your role. Talk about a time when you had to act differently because of your role.
So thanks for the topic, Mega. By listening to this topic, it takes me back to approximately 5 to 6 years back. This was a story pre-COVID. If I correctly remember, it was the year 2019. So when I joined my college in 2017, I became part of my theater club of my college. I joined as a fresher there. Gradually, I learned how to speak, how to perform skits, how to perform drama, and how to act. And everything was under guidance of my senior. Now, after a couple of years in 2019, when I myself became the senior, when I was in my second year, I was given the role of training my fellow juniors. So that day, the role was completely changed. Suddenly, I have to manage a team of freshers, and I was no longer a fresher myself. So what I did, I just acted like a leader at that time. I became a bit more serious. I was not smiling all the time like I'm doing right now, but I became a bit more serious. I took responsibility of the freshers which were under me. I made sure that what was the task which was given to me, I deliver up to it, act confidently, and at the same time, keep that team spirit together with everyone. So, yeah, that's it, Mega. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ritvik. Wonderfully explained, like how seamlessly we have to switch to the roles with knowing or unknowingly when life throws different opportunities to us. Thank you very much. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Arvind Raj.
Thank you so much, Table Topic Master and Grammarian Dual Role Tracker Toastmaster Mega, for a wonderful table topic session. Let's give a big round of applause to our Table Topic Master Toastmaster Mega. Great time check. Yeah, I will be taking a few minutes on the theme, then I will hand over to the general evaluator. Talking about the theme, power, people, and human behavior. I'd like to show you a video. It is almost 10 minutes, but I will try to stop in the middle. It is a famous experiment. Many might have already heard. The experiment name is Stanford Prison Experiment. I happened to learn during my the college education actually. So I will just share my screen. I will share with the sound as well. Just give me a minute. Yeah, hope my screen is visible. And
in August of 1970,
hope audio also visible. Audio also is audible.
Professor Philip Zimbardo began an investigation into the power dynamics that exist between guards and inmates in a prison setting. The object of the Stanford Prison Experiment was to determine if it was the acquisition of power that made guards turn brutal, or whether brutality was actually intrinsic to human nature itself. The notorious experiment that ensued would kick off decades of academic controversy and suggest some very dark things about the nature of humanity. Today, we're going to take a look at why the Stanford Prison Experiment might be the most disturbing study ever conducted. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to who would like to hear about. During the 1970s, both the U.S. Navy and Marine Corps were interested in learning about the hierarchies of power in military prisons. Accordingly, the U.S. Office of Naval Research issued Philip Zimbardo a grant to study the relationships between prison guards and prisoners. The objective would be to determine if those relationships were shaped more by the prison environment or the personalities of the guards. The grant would be used to create a mock prison environment in which to conduct the experiment and to pay the participants. The Stanford Prison Experiment started with an ad Zimbardo placed in the classifieds. It read, "Male college students needed for psychological study of prison life, $15 per day for 1 to 2 weeks. 70 people applied. The applicants were interviewed and asked to take personality tests. Anyone who had a criminal record or record of abusing narcotics was eliminated, as was anyone who displayed personality disorders, physical disabilities, or psychological problems. Ultimately, 24 college students, all white and all male, were selected to participate. They had no idea what they were getting themselves into. Zimbardo and his team randomly divided the students into 2 groups, prisoners and guards. There were 12 of each category, 9 that were active participants and 3 that were alternates. On August 17, 1971, the experiment began when the 9 prisoners were arrested by actual police officers from the Palo Alto Police Department. Each person was taken into custody, then had their mugshots taken before being fingerprinted, blindfolded, and moved into a holding cell. Finally, they were taken into a mock prison that had been set up in the basement of Stanford's Jordan Hall. The fake prison felt very real. The researchers who created it had consulted with prison officials and ex-convicts before designing it. The cells were built in a space that was normally used as a laboratory. Each cell had a barred door, a cell number, and room for 3 prisoners. Other touches included a solitary confinement cell that had been created in a closet, and a rule that prisoners had to be blindfolded before being taken to the bathroom. To avoid selection bias, participants were assigned to be either prisoners or guards based on the results of a coin toss. Very different fates awaited each respective group. Guards were given real prison guard uniforms, complete with nightsticks and whistles. Many guards even donned mirrored sunglasses, which were meant to prevent eye contact with the prisoners, or maybe just to look like Boss Godfrey from Cool Hand Luke. Prisoners, on the other hand, were stripped, deloused, and dressed in sandals and an ill-fitting numbered smock. They weren't issued any underwear, but they were given nylon stocking caps, which they were asked to wear in lieu of having their heads shaved. Once dressed, a chain was placed on each of their legs. Prisoners were only addressed by their number and had to refer to themselves and the other prisoners in the same way. It was a recipe for dehumanization and oppression. Zimbardo himself served as superintendent of the prison, and researcher David Jackson
Hope all of you are still in the video. I'm just pausing here because we have a most important the part of Toastmaster meeting. I don't want to hold up and exceed our time being. Sorry, everyone. I will take up over once the third part of Toastmaster meeting is over. Okay. So with that note, I would like to invite the one person who will ensure that all of us are doing our duty properly to the stage. So I would like to invite the general evaluator of today, Toastmaster Shweta, to take over the stage and start the evaluation. Over to you, Toastmaster Shweta.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Arvind Raj. And to begin the evaluation, I'll invite our evaluators to evaluate the speaker.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster. And congratulations to Toastmaster Gajalakshmi for starting her distinguished Toastmaster journey. And it was her first speech in that journey. So idea of this speech is to deliver the vision of the leadership to the audience. And I will be evaluating her based on the speech delivery and some of the delivery aspects, how the leadership vision can be communicated. Okay. So first of all, you started with a very good quote, which actually highlighted your vision clearly, what you are trying to achieve. Okay. It is not to be a success, but to be a value. You quoted Albert Einstein, and there it was very much clear that you are going towards creation of value. Then you clearly articulated your vision in few lines that you are here in Toastmaster to redefine value from members to leaders. For me, it was a clear call to action that yes, as part of your leadership journey, you want to change the members to the leaders by changing their values towards Toastmaster. And you try to ask some questions to the audience as well. What value do we see as in a Toastmaster? Most of us see in terms of membership only that, okay, we can be a different communicator, a better communicator. But yes, Toastmaster has can provide a larger platform as a leadership. And that's what you want to achieve with your team. From your vision, you move towards the action plan. So first your vision was laid out, and then in the delivery, you clearly told about the action plan, that there were 3 things which you wanted to do is the membership growth, and then a strong mentorship culture, and then the chartering of new clubs. So those were the 3 pillars of changing the whole journey of your Toastmaster, which you identified and you clearly laid out the plan. After that, you talked about the execution. So you started with vision, you moved to the plan, and then you also discussed about the execution. That was also very much clear cut that you wanted to create an automated system for chartering of nuclear, finding people who are actually a great leader himself. So, and then the last thing which I would identify, you gave a teaser for the second speech as well, finding the fifth person in your journey. Okay. So I believe that, yeah, it was a great way to communicate your leadership vision to the audience. And that's perfectly fine. Having said that, there are a few things which I identified which you could have done better. One was the eye contact, although it is a virtual session, but few times I found your eyes are like rolling here and there, because that is very natural. It happens when you're talking to in a virtual setting. You start thinking in this way, because at this level, I think it should be more concerned. Go put a thoughtful gesture, complete a thought when you are connecting with someone, even on the online setting. That would help. And second is about a varied pacing when you are talking. So the vocal variety and the tone. So the pacing, different pacing will emphasize the important aspects. That's where I would say. And I would love to see how your leadership journey take to you in this Toastmaster world. Yep. Thank you, Toastmaster Kailash.
Thank you, evaluator. With that, I'll now call upon our tag team, starting with the timer, Ram Prasad, to give the report.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, General Elevator. So here is the report for a timer report for today. I'll start with prepared speech. So Gajalashmi was well within the time allotted of she took 6.24 minutes. That's a great job. And for table topic session, Shama took well within the range 1.37 minutes. Siddharth took a little more time than the allotted time. It was 2 minutes 10 seconds. Mallikarjun took 1 minute 39 seconds, and Ritvik was also well within the time allotted, like 1 minute 37 seconds. Coming to the evaluation section, Siddharth took a little more time, so it was over 45 seconds more than the allotted time. Over to you, General.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ram Prasad, for capturing the timer report. Thank you so much. And now I'll call the R counter, Toastmaster Ritvik, to share your report.
So as per the R counter report, we have only few people with filler words used. Toastmaster Arvind Raj used twice or thrice, 2 to 3 times. And for Toastmaster Gajalakshmi, Shama and Siddharth, I was not able to locate any filler words. So congratulations, that was a really good speech by you. For Toastmaster Mallikarjun, there were a couple of and so, which was used as a filler word in the speech. So overall, it was good. Let us keep it up, and over to you, Shweta.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ritvik, for presenting the report. Now I call upon Toastmaster Megha as a grammarian to share the report.
Today's word of the day was used by Toastmaster Bhavna. Ambivalent word was used by her. I didn't see anyone else using the word of the day. Please let me know if I have missed. And the idiom of the day or the phrase of the day was not used by any of the Toastmasters today. I noted some good usages in the speech of Gajalakshmi, that like fraternity, redefining value from members to leaders. Yeah, this is about the grammarian report for today. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Megha, for presenting your report. And now I'll go over each and every role and seeing the time. I'll keep it crisp. So the meeting started at 4 p.m. 4 hours 2 minutes. We just need to keep in mind to start on time next time, since it's a limited duration linkers meeting. So let's keep it on the time. And What a truly enriching this Linkers Meet has been, because we didn't just attend a meeting. We experienced what happens when people, power, and human behavior comes together with intention, didn't we? And when I say this, it's come truly from my heart, because we all would have experienced this. Let me start with RSA. RSA Sama reminded us that through the words of Henry Ford, that coming together is just the beginning. And today, we didn't stop at the beginning. We built on it. Applause for ISA for explaining all the rules and sharing the required opening for the talk. Next, we move to our presiding officer. Our presiding officer, Toastmaster Bhavana, brought in a very beautiful reflection through the story of Sanju Samson and Sachin Tendulkar, reminding us of something very simple yet very powerful. Growth begins the moment we choose to reach out. Because if you think about it, Toastmasters exactly is that space, a space where you reach out, speak up, stumble, grow, and still feel supported. That is the power of the space that we are in. Our Toastmaster of the day, Arvind Raj, elevated this further with the thought-provoking theme, power, people, and human behavior. What made it more impactful was the inclusion of Stanford prison experiment clips. Those visuals were a stark reminder of how environment and roles can actually influence behavior. Are we shaped by our roles, or do we consciously shape how we show up in them? This is a very important takeaway. If you think about it, this will be something which will linger on after this meeting. He also spoke about increasing our surface area, expanding our connections, and through members' experience, we saw how growth truly accelerates when we step beyond our usual circles. So applause for our Toastmaster of the day and our presiding officer. Coming to the speaker, Gajalakshmi, she brought in a very powerful leadership perspective in the DTM first speech, redefining value from members to leaders. The evaluator has covered all the important aspects. I would just like to mention that whenever we are transitioning from the pillar to pillar, a small pause is encouraged so that the message or the pillar lands correctly with the audience. As Gajalakshmi mentioned, not just asking what I'm gaining, but asking what value I'm creating. So if we think about Toastmasters, this is the shift where real leadership begins. Gajalakshmi, from timing to mindful speaking to language and expression, each role that you shared, whatever excellence pillars that you have chosen in your team have reminded us how important leadership is in our Toastmasters journey. Coming to the table topic segment, Toastmaster Megha brought in reflection and spontaneity, encouraging us to look within, recalling our own experiences and express them with authenticity. And the main thing was she was also sharing her insight as to after each speeches, which was very connecting, and the topics were very relevant, easy to understand, yet it made us think. Siddharth, as an evaluator, you clearly explained the purpose of the speech and the project, which helped the audience connect better with the speaker's intent. You began by sharing Gajalakshmi's speech, starting her journey. Then you walked us through the speech effectively from opening quote to what she aimed at. You highlighted the interaction. What I particularly liked after evaluation was the structure, the way you captured it so clearly. It helped us appreciate the speech at a much deeper level, and then ending with her teaser for the next speech. You also gave right suggestions for her for enhancing her speeches, especially in the online platform. We all experience that we are not sure where exactly to focus, which is a very genuine concern for all of us. And with this, what I would say is, if we were to take one message from today, it would be growth in Toastmasters or in life is not accidental, it is intentional. It happens when we choose to show up, we choose to participate, we choose to reach out, and more importantly, when we choose to grow beyond our comfort zone. So as we close today's meeting with my feedback, closing the feedback segment, I would like to leave you with a simple thought. The next time you hesitate to raise your hand, the next time you feel, am I ready? Ask yourself, if not now, then when? And to everybody who came on the stage, the speakers, the tag team, the evaluator, the TTM, a huge round of applause to all of you. Handing over to our Toastmaster of the day.
Great. Thank you so much, General Evaluator Shweta. Let's give a big round of applause to our GE Shweta for such a wonderful evaluation along with a message to all of us. It's truly true, Shweta. Even I was, before joining today's meeting, I was had a lot of dilemma to join the meeting with a lot of other things going on. So thank you so much, Shweta. So before I handing over to the presiding officer, I will be sharing the link of the YouTube. Please feel free to watch and the whole experiment and understand the whole experiment. And with that note, the people power and human behavior, it is a so dynamic things. Once you understand about the things, then even each and everyday life, what are the role we are taking, example talking with your spouse or parents or even the office, that will be a lot of difference whenever you're talking with a lot of things. So that's all note for today. So I'm handing back to the presiding officer of today's meeting, Toastmaster Bhavana, and over to you, Bhavana.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Aravind Raj. The power, the dynamics, the role. Very heavy, hectic topic. But yes, we understood how, and I really understood from Shweta's explanation, yes, is the role shaping us, or are we really consciously shaping? So that was very clear and apt to the today's environment. And I think we have our polls being posted. Please take your time to post it. And can we have any suggestions to improve our linkers meeting experience while you take time to poll? Do we have any suggestions? Okay. So how was the meeting today? I understand that everyone is very happy to see full house, to see many faces. How about having many people raising their hands for table topics? Okay, I think people are in a rush to leave for their Friday evening. If the if the polls, the results are ready, can we have it?
Yes, I'm just typing to you.
Okay, he's messaging over there. Yeah, so the best tag role is Grammarian Mega. Congratulations, Mega. You did a great role that you also took a dual role today. And the best role taker is General Evaluator Shweta. Thank you, Shweta. You really tweaked into everything and made us understand every point. And the best table topic speaker is a tie between yes and yes. As Sachin and Sanju, it is Shama and Siddharth. Okay. Yes, with that, let us quickly adjourn the meeting. 495 for VTalk and 670 for IBC data. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. That was a wonderful meeting. Let's meet next week. And is there anyone who's willing to take roles so that we make it?
I'm good for TTM.
Thank you, Shama. Is anyone ready? Then you can. Otherwise, let's go. I think Megha has something to say.
I didn't get, like, is it for next linkers meet or is it for
Yeah,
the
next
meetup?
linkers meet. Actually, Gajalakshmi came up with an idea that why not these two Toastmaster clubs do a linkers meet for 1 month and try it out, because we are really running a lean in the members attending the meeting, right? So if you're comfortable with this 4 to 5, maybe you drop in a message to Aravind and let us make it for the next meetings as well. Okay? Okay. Yeah. We will discuss further. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Thank
Shweta. Bye.
Thank you, everyone.